What's up, guys? How are all the glitches doing? What's up, Caleb? Yo, what's up? Yo, guys, I want to show you guys something. Hold up. What do we think? All right, that's Jiraiya right there. How's everyone doing today? Blueberry after you brush your teeth. What? Those eyebrows, though. What fruits do you recommend? It depends on the purpose, brother. I love watermelon. I feel like if one was trying to fast and fast was really hard, breaking your fast with watermelon and eating watermelon would be super beneficial, so I would recommend that. Any advice for lazy people? Stop being lazy. Been there, done that. It sucks, bro. Life being lazy sucks. Because when you look at yourself in the mirror, it's depressing. Like, I remember when I was overweight, I was playing Call of Duty, and I just looked at myself in the mirror, and I saw the love handles just hanging, and I was like, fuck. I need to change that. So that's that. And guess what we got here, guys? We got Nate Belmar in the house. How's everyone doing?
Buy Shopify stock.
Dude, you're up what?
Well,
40%?
Well, I sold the other day.
Guys, Luke did an insane. And you,
it was a 50%.
But you called it out for free.
Well, of course I call it out for free.
Yeah.
I don't need to make more money. Today's February 16th. Shopify dumped 15%. Bad earnings, but technically good earnings. I just bought 150 grand more of Shopify stock. Enjoy. Should pump like 5 to 10% tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I'm feeling a little whimsical, but do not take my advice as a financial advice. I just put in a $150 bet, so we'll see how that goes. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. Enjoy your life.
You heading out?
I'm just gonna go for a walk or something.
Enjoy it, bro. Enjoy it. All right, guys. Luke is getting his morning stroll, well, his afternoon stroll in the sun. Bro, got the Greek god physique. I got the glitch physique for sure. You guys in Bali already? No, not in Bali yet, but we're going this year. We got a huge compound. Buying right now, Luke? It's not financial advice though, guys. Bro, what is your hair care routine? It depends on the purpose. Love the Belmar brothers. Thank you very much. Why don't you share more of your knowledge, Nate? I mean, I think I share a lot, in my opinion. Los hermanos Tate saldrán pronto. Honestly, I don't know. I hope they do. Best health tips. Very general question. How do you start renew? Okay. Well, too many questions. This is this opinion. What are the best foods for boosting testosterone? I recommend pine pollen. I recommend Brazil nuts, which also have selenium, which is essential. And I think if you ate anywhere from 3 to 4 to 5 organic Brazil nuts, you should be chilling on your daily selenium intake. How do you work with, what's your job? I don't have a job, bro. I'm honestly retired. What should I take for muscle soreness? For muscle soreness. Like taking or applying on the body? I need to be more specific. I'm liking this song. Alright guys, sorry, the music distracted me. Would you recommend magnesium and zinc for testosterone? I would recommend magnesium and zinc as an overall supplement that you should be taking. I take magnesium and zinc at night. Magnesium powder definitely helps me sleep. And magnesium is one of those supplements that does make you a little bit tired in my opinion. So I wouldn't suggest taking it in the morning when you wake up. I would suggest taking it the night before. That way it's in your system when you wake up in the morning, rejuvenated. Yeah. What's up, Tommy? Breakdown of black coffee versus potions. All right, so first off, we have to, there's so many studies, the benefits of coffee, organic coffee, because you can't do regular coffee. Starbucks coffee, if you look at the reports and the studies, most of the coffee is full of freaking pesticides. It's full of a lot of trash that what happens? It makes you get a brain fog because it's not organic coffee. So I would suggest staying away from the coffee beans of Starbucks because they've been time and time again proven to have mold. Plus, they also pour the hot coffee in the actual vessel that's made out of plastic, so you're drinking the microplastic particles. Honestly, yeah, it's a total glitch trap in my opinion. Does one use normal shaving cream? If not, I don't use shaving cream. So I'll use organic soap to shave if I decide to shave. Do you recommend drinking pasteurized milk? No, not at all. How do you deal with rejection or fear? I really don't care what a human thinks, to be 100% honest. That person's gonna die just like me, and therefore one should fear greater things than that, in my opinion. Should I take carb for digestions? No, you should fast for digestion and take teas and potions and try to gourd. Opinion on red light therapy, beneficial. Where do you live? I live in Puerto Rico right now, but I'm moving to Bali. We're opening a biohacking center there, or Thailand. We're still looking at different compounds. Stretching tips to increase overall mobility and fix years of bad desk posture. Dude, so I actually was checking out a stretch. I'm not even gonna talk about that. That's off topic. What I would suggest is focusing heavily on dynamic stretching. Right? Because think of your body as a band, right? You grab a band, you put it in the freezer or in the fridge, it's cold. You grab it and you pull that. What's going to happen? It's most likely going to snap, tear, something's going to happen, some sort of damage, external or internal damage. What happens if you get a warm band and you start stretching it like this, right? It starts warming up and then later you can actually stretch it well. Same thing with stretching. I feel like most people are cold, rigid, static, sedentary, and then they just go all in and do a static stretch. Therefore, they pull something, they feel bad, it really hurts, instead of taking it step by step and actually being like, okay, focusing on warming up, movement, dynamic stretching. And after the dynamic stretch, then 10, 15 minutes later, you can do a static stretch, especially in the morning, guys. From where do I start your biohacking journey? That's a great question. That's a great question. Where do you start on your biohacking journey? I think is adopting a student's mindset. I think that's the biggest thing, especially in today's world, in terms of the fitness space, the health space, everything. Everyone has their biases, their opinions, and they stick by it, and they're very rigid. So I feel like if you're going to be a biohacker, you really want to start reverse engineering and studying. And dude, biohacking is actually super fun, in my opinion, because you start putting dots together. It's almost like fucking Sherlock Holmes. Right? And dude, yeah, I think it's adopting a student's mentality and realizing that perhaps there's just not one way, it's not so rigid, and perhaps tapping into multiple facets and multiple opinions and seeing what works for you. Opinions on crack, terrible for you. Ideas for toothache. I already said if you have a toothache, you most likely have cavities. You want to avoid sugars. First of all, I would apply coconut oil, and I would be chewing on some organic red cloves or clovers. And yeah, put that and that will numb the teeth till you can get that fixed. All right, next question. Love what you're doing, brother. Appreciate it, brother. What should I put in my yerba mate? Okay, guys, so first off, we have to address yerba mate, right? There's a lot of mate out there, like the actual leaf, which a lot of people call it the drink of the gods, right? Even in Argentina included, most of the brands, the mate is terrible in terms of the quality of the leaf. Actually, if you grab a conventional Argentine mate bag, right, with the leaves, and you pour it in a little filter and you shake it, you can see a bunch of dust coming down, right? And it's just excess weight. Therefore, they sell you a product, right? It's almost like the chips when they have the air on the top. It's the same thing, but they fill it with all this disgusting residue, right? And what happens is people automatically put that in their gourd and then they drink it, and then it's shown that over time it compounds and can cause serious effects on the body that are not beneficial. Therefore, I would suggest getting organic leaf, mate leaf. Make sure if you don't have that, you always filter it out, and you're just gonna see it. Like, it's disgusting. I'm talking about a plate full of just dust, bro. And you're like, it's businesses are trying to make money, right? They just see you as a profit. Yeah, it's bad. So I would suggest, yeah, filtering it, especially if it's not organic and you see it has powder. All the conventional brands definitely get a filter. Like, it will save your life. It's better not to drink mate at all than drink bad mate, in my opinion. How do you get rid of stretch marks? I addressed that in the last live. How can I increase 5'8" to 6 foot? Dude, stretching. Like genuinely stretching, not just hanging from a bar, right? Because what happens, look, you hang from a bar, you're automatically putting what? Stress and tension on the muscle, right? On the forearm. Now, if you grab a hook and you hook from the actual bar, you let the hook do the grappling work and you just let go with your hand. Therefore, it causes a stretch. And then what you can also do, if you want to apply an extra tension, I'm sure you guys have seen my stories, you'll see me and Glitch69 training with ankle weights. I'll hang from that and let the ankle weights also put extra pressure to stretch and decompress that spine. But the essential part is not being rigid and stiff, right? It's just letting loose, letting go and letting your spine stretch, and you'll feel it. And over time, yeah, in a couple weeks, even months, you'll grow 1 inch to 3 inches. And it's nothing crazy. It's just, we have a lot of vertebrae. They're all compacted over time. That's why you see older people that don't stretch over time just get smaller and smaller. And you're like, wait, what's going on? So yeah, you can definitely, everyone here, if they stretch well and they know what they're doing, can gain 1 to 3 inches in terms of their height. GG's. I drink organic hibiscus tea in the morning. Is there something better or something else that you would recommend for mornings? I mean, hibiscus tea is actually good. It's energizing, but I would also find other herbs that have, I would say, better benefits in my opinion, especially for the morning in terms of cognition. What I like doing is, for the people that love drinking coffee, right? I'll get my coffee going in the morning and I'll do the organic, the beans, and I'll grind them up. I'll put dry rosemary leaves, I'll put cloves, and then depending on the herbs I like. And then what I'll let it do is I'll just let that steep, so when I have my coffee, it has a very aromatic, not even smell it, you can actually taste it, the aroma of the rosemary. And it helps with cognitions. Back in the day, the Greeks used to rave about how genius it was to be able to consume rosemary, right? And helping with the cognition. And studies are showing that it does, so it's really cool. Let's see a pic of Mr. Belmar when he was overweight. Yes, you guys will see pictures and videos of me when I was overweight. No problem, just at the right time. Ways for better carb digestion. First off is the quality and the quantity of the carbs and how you are intertwining it with other substrates of energy, right? For example, if you were to put carbohydrates, let's say rice, with meat, right? It'd be harder for your body to digest than if you were to combine it with vegetables. Therefore, one has to study and realize, okay, what are the substrates of energy that if connected together into a meal that I consume at the same time, what effects does it have on the body in terms of digestion, in terms of bloating, in terms of a lot of things, right? And then those things compound. So if you eat a lot of meat and carbohydrates together over time, it's gonna compound, lead to diabetes, type 2 diabetes, leaky gut, yada, yada, yada. So it's just doing research on energy input and the combination, intertwining of that energy input. How many times per week do you exercise? So it varies. Like, for example, in the last 2 weeks, I skipped like 4 or 5 days just because I had a lot of work to do. We were also on the yacht multiple days and just having a good time, which is good for the body, which is very interesting because I can still maintain a really solid shape in terms of proportion, in terms of aesthetics, right? Which I also wanted to put to the test, which I did, which was 2 months of like really, I'd say maybe training once a week, twice a week, and just heavily focusing on energy input, and then fasting cycles and feasting cycles, and then also dynamic lifestyle. And I was able to maintain a pretty decent muscle composition and level of like shreddedness for about 2 months. And then I started losing muscle. But it's cool because you're not dependent on the pump to always look jacked. Like, I know a lot of guys, they have to go work out or get a pump before a photo or before like going to the pool and stuff like that. And that's just kind of, I don't know, I feel like you're a bitch to the gym, in my opinion. What should I do to get rid of acne and spots? What you should do is, first off, good energy input. Get rid of all sugars, vegetable oils, even carbohydrates. Like I would actually chill off carbohydrates and sugars for a while as well. And then focus on good energy input. So when you have that energy input and then you come in contact with the sun, you don't get skin cancer, or you don't get burnt. You actually start tanning. So that's what I would recommend. And then getting sun exposure, because that will also help with all the nastiness that's going on. Because all it is, it's just dirty pores. So perhaps you also need to clean your beds and have, instead of cotton sheets, like silk. Or yeah, you just have to look at, there's a lot of variables and multiples. You just have to assess your lifestyle and reverse engineer, then change what you realize is not helping, which what I would say is energy input. Maybe if your skin's not clean, focus on getting 2 or 3 sponges on cleansing the back. I would suggest that, and then getting sun. Sun was definitely gonna help in terms of drying off all that disgustingness that's going on in the back. And I'm saying because I've had a bunch of pimples on my back in the past, and it sucks. It honestly sucks, because it actually hurts. It's not just aesthetics. Natural coffee grounds, yeah, damn that stuff. Has the Matrix tried attacking anyway? If you only knew. If you only knew. Every day it's an attack. What can I eat every day that's affordable after an intermittent fast? Eggs. By far, I would say eat eggs. You can make your own bone broth. I would suggest if you can make your own bone broth. It's inexpensive, yet has protein, collagen, and a lot of essentials. And you could even mix on the side a bowl, right? Where you did 4 to 5 eggs, added a shot of, I would say, water or coconut milk, organic coconut milk, not all the bullshit with all the bad ingredients in the back. And then whisk it and put herbs and spices that help digestion but also taste well. And then when you cook the bone broth, you put the eggs into the bone broth and then you just mix it. And what happens is it creates this like souffle texture over 4 to 5 minutes, and it's actually really light soup that just goes through your body. A lot of protein, a lot of collagen, all the essentials. That's what I would suggest for those that don't have that much money. Like what I would suggest avoiding is doing like, okay, I'm gonna eat rice and beans. Like think about it, dudes. The amount of carbohydrates you're intaking, plus all the anti-nutrients of most of the legumes, plus the combination with the carbohydrates all at once is insulin spike, insulin spike, insulin spike. Basic tips for good jawline. What helps is just dropping weight, honestly. Like you're gonna notice a lot of people like, oh wow, you look great, like you look shredded, but the face glow also is a huge thing in terms of losing weight, in my opinion. Do you have a facial routine? Yeah, sometimes. I've been off of it for a while, but I should probably get back on that. What's your diet, bro? Dude, that's a long topic. Hey Nate, is ice good to drink with all your drinks? No, I would drink room temperature water or room temperature drinks or hot. I would avoid ice at all costs. Especially ice that comes from a fridge, right? Freaking all the fluoride that's in that. And then it's like you're getting, from your fridge, you're getting the ice cubes and then you're drinking your great water and then you're throwing the ice cubes in there and just polluting everything and drinking it. Genius. Do you recommend almond milk? I recommend almond milk if it's pressed from almonds, right? If the only 2 ingredients says, oh, spring water and almonds, if it has a bunch of names that look like chemicals that you can make a bomb with, then no, I would not drink that at all. I would eat cereal with water instead. Are you getting gold and silver based on China's narrative? I'm not really looking into precious metals right now. How should I get better from a cold? Robust immune system. You gotta learn how to develop a better immune system, my friend, right? What would you eat in a day to bulk? A lot of things, mainly high in fats though, and proteins. Carbohydrates, I would like cycle in and out of it depending on how my body's feeling and what's the training routine looking like for the next 2-3 days. So it's really, I don't have a clear answer for that one. When you going to Japan? I'm going to Japan soon. We got a lot of traveling this year. Honestly, I might bounce soon, guys, because I got a lot of stuff to do. But I'm glad everybody's doing good. Nate, do you disagree on anti-nutrient substance plants and seeds? I have to do more research on it, but I do have my opinions based on just energy input for my own body. Would you ever go on Fresh and Fit podcast? I mean, perhaps. If they invited me, I definitely would. They're cool guys. I like them. I like Fresh. He's hilarious. How to grow muscle for skinny guys. How to grow muscle is first learning not to get injured, warming up the body, and then using progressive overload as well as compound training, and learning ways to boost your testosterone naturally, right, for free. That combination is hyperbolic in my opinion. Books on biohacking? Good luck, there's nothing out there, my G. Only here in the scrolls. Can you please define biohacking? I have heard too many. I've already defined biohacking in a previous live. If I've deleted it, I'm so sorry. Psych. What's your longest fasting period for every week averagely? It depends. If I'm clean bulking, I reduce more my long fasts, which are just, I intentionally design them so I can adapt my body, right, to being in a state of autophagy, yet thriving, yet being able to work out, yet being able to live a certain life in teaching my body to tap into senescent cells. I think that's pivotal as well, right? And I'm saying from a personal experience, because I remember I used to wake up when I was younger and I couldn't do intermittent fasting. I would die. I couldn't go till like 10 a.m. without eating. It was hilarious. And now, dude, I can do 4 or 5 day fast if I wanted to, even working out. Yeah. Honestly, the body's crazy. It's really resilient. It's beautiful. It's fascinating. Honestly, I'm gonna probably put some anime music. Yo, if you guys are vibing, I need everybody to drop a 1. Drop a 1 if you're vibing. Because if not, I'm probably gonna bounce. All right, what do you guys do for Valentine's? Okay, so let's do this. Yo, let's do this. I want to see how many people here are actually single, and then how many people are dating. So hit a 2 if you're single, and hit a 3 if you're seeing somebody or you're dating somebody. Let's see what we got going on with 429 people. Dun, 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 dun. We got 1. Getting rid of eye circles. Getting rid of eye circles, exposing yourself less to blue light and exposing yourself more to the sun will help. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna put some music. Dude, that's for you guys right there. GG's. All right, so we got some 2s, 3s. What's up, Anton? Dude, I'm vibing. If you guys knew the itinerary that we have for this year, it is insane. The content is gonna be insane. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. Yeah, sick dry. Yes, it was a gift from a friend. It's amazing. Best places to live in PR, of course, the Ritz, being close to the Ritz, where all the boys are. In San Juan, Dorado, that's good. And then Guaynabo, in my opinion. Those are 2 places. There's a couple other spots by the beach, but those are good places. Ronin Rising. Guys, everybody go follow Ronin Rising. Great channel, in my opinion. You and your brother are true inspiration. Thank you for the content. You are welcome, sir. Fasting schedule, it just depends on my goals. What's your favorite herbal drink? I don't have a favorite herbal drink, just like I don't have a favorite anime, just like I don't have a favorite nothing. I feel like there's certain herbs that complement my morning routine a lot better than my night routine. Therefore, those are the herbs I tap into. So for the morning, I would consume organic mate leaves and nettle leaf are a fantastic option. At night, I would suggest lemon balm. If you're a woman, lavender. If you're a dude, I would chill on lavender. Also, lavender is very bitter, but lavender is also known to cause estrogen, and we already have a lot of that going on, therefore be wary. And lemon balm and chamomile. That's what I'd recommend for a night for the shred board as a base. Leaves. Those are some of the leaves that you can tap into. In all things have no preference, Miyamoto Musashi. Indeed, my friend. Indeed. And Bruce Lee knew the same thing. So if you know, you know. If you don't know, then you don't know. What does it take to get into a dojo? You will soon find out, my friend. How many times do you eat in a day when you're clean bulking? So, I don't have a number, right? Like sometimes I'll do 1, sometimes I'll do 3, sometimes I'll do 5. What I do is I'll do it within a compressed eating window. And how does my body feel? And like so if I know, for example, tomorrow, the next 2 days, I'm gonna be on the yacht or like walking and I'm gonna go light on my food. But if I know I'm gonna be doing my sun cycle training, my moon cycle training, it's gonna be intense, then therefore I'm gonna complement the energy input that night to assist and aid the previous or the next day's whatever's got going on. But if I were to say clean bulking, you're going to the gym consistently, dude, just eat till you're filled. But remember that if you're trying to clean bulk, there has to be an energy surplus, right? A caloric energy surplus. So tap into that. How do you decalcify the pineal gland? Stop drinking tap water. What is your diet? Dude, we already talked about it. How much do you get a day? What? Do you use the sauna? How often? I love the sauna. I need to do it more often than I do. How do you deal with hair loss? What do you apply in your hair? Is it beneficial, or does it have a bunch of ingredients that you can make a balm with? Based off of that, either get rid of it or include it, and then realizing that then there's certain minerals and certain antioxidants and certain energy inputs that you can put into your body that aid with hair loss, iron being one of them. So yeah, but it's more like applying stuff on your head. And it's not only hair loss, okay, so we can actually go into this. I did a vegan diet, right, for a year and a half, perhaps almost 2 even. No meat. I come from Argentina. We eat a lot of meat there. I tried that. To be honest, the first part of the vegan diet, like the first first 3-4 months were good, but the rest of the vegan diet in terms of, yeah, it wasn't good. It was heavily carbohydrate based diet, and it led to a lot of things like low sex drive. I did lose hair. It wasn't feeling good. And then once I started incorporating grass-fed organic meat into the diet, then I realized I started getting a lot of strength. I don't know, it worked for me better. Perhaps I would tap into like a vegan diet to cycle out of meat if meat's too heavy on the stomach for a while. But if I were to do a vegan diet, it would still be highly intentional. Like I would still be eating eggs, right? Because it's retinol, vitamin A, that you can't find in any plants. And if you find in plants and they convert it, it's not actual retinol, vitamin A. It's beta carotene and alpha carotene, right? And both of those, most people tend to be poor converters, therefore turning those carotenoids into actual retinol, vitamin A. I'd say the conversion is about 10-15%. So you have to be like stuffing your face with vegetables, which are also known to have anti-nutrients, to fill that retinol, vitamin A that your body needs to convert. Plus, you're also eating a bunch of bad food, therefore your body being able to absorb and transform that energy input is a lot harder. So, dude, yeah, definitely eat eggs So yeah, I don't know if the vegan thing would work like long term, in my opinion. But we went on a tangent because my hair was falling, so that associated that with the vegan diet. There we go. How do you provide value? What are you good at? What do other people that is not your mom, right, always giving you compliments? I mean, some mothers are bad, so it's actually better to have a mom that gives you compliments. But what are your friends? What do your relatives say about you, right? Like, what are you good at? What do they say? Oh, dude, you're really good at this, or you make it seem easy. When you understand that, then you have to understand your wealth profile, and then understand where you're missing, where you're lacking, and then finding people that you trust to fulfill that void or that circle that you need, that's going to complement you to actually make a business, right? Or actually provide value in the marketplace as a team. Yeah. Stop weed, sure. Thoughts on Makuna nutrients? Any tips on networking? Networking, be yourself, be different than other people. provide value, and actually be there to provide value and care for other people. When people notice that you care for them, they'll care for you. But it's just the law of reciprocity. And if they don't, then that's fine. What do you think of using things like hair loss to prove? No, I wouldn't use that. What's your opinion on oats? On oats, dude, gluten-free. If it's regular oats or your traditional oats that they just sell at a mass scale, especially the quick oats, I don't touch that personally, but teach their own. Honestly, guys, I'm probably gonna bounce. Yeah, I'm bouncing. I got stuff to do. It's 1:15. Everybody, okay, last question. Opinions on Tonkat Ali. Amazing. Look into it. Use it. Harness its power. I'll see you guys later.